All right. Well, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
Hi guys.
Welcome into a special episode of Dave's Vacation Oasis. As y'all know, I have been down with um, medical illness the
Mm-hmm.
past few days. I'm just now to the point where I feel strong enough, and I felt like I needed to come hang out with my travel friends
Mm-hmm.
because we all love traveling. We love traveling some way, and where we go. Um, but I do want to address a question that keeps popping up to me from time to time, and that is the Space Mountain Channel.
Mm-hmm.
I want to reiterate to everybody that channel is not permanently gone. It is in a slumber hiatus until such time as I can feel I can restructure it and do what I need to because I felt it was growing little by little. Yes, it was growing,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't because of not being able to stream from the parks, and I wasn't getting the balance that I needed for that channel. Um, so I felt that it was time to put it on hiatus for a while so that I can concentrate on my travel channel. And the fact is, I'm still waiting to get my new house, which now probably won't be until side the new year. So the channel is not permanently gone. It is. It may be gone for a year. Could be gone for a little bit longer than that. It may be back sooner than that. I don't know. Obviously, I will keep talking with Mike and Richard
Mm-hmm.
and some of my other people that are involved with it, like Debbie. She's constantly a regular guest. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and I will be keeping them informed of what's going on. But right now, my thing is to focus on this travel channel and get this back in. Yeah, I'm just tired, Jonathan. My body is physically fatigued, but I felt like I needed to do this because I hadn't done anything in about 2 weeks. So I felt like I needed to do this tonight. Just a special one. But let's welcome in everybody that's here. So hopefully that
Yeah,
addresses the
Jonathan
question.
and Dave
Hi Jonathan.
and
Hi Dave. Hey
Jason.
Jason. Hey
Yes,
Dean. It's good to see you.
and let's well, yeah. So welcome in Jonathan. Welcome in Dean, the turkey leggster, and somebody
Mm-hmm.
please tell Dean that unfortunately all the turkey legs are gone. Somebody stole them before Thanksgiving. Just don't let Dean know. We might have a
And
crash on the.
fake,
We might
fake,
have a
fake
crash
news,
on the crash market.
I
fake
agree.
news,
I agree with
fake
that,
news.
Debbie. Yep,
No,
because
hey,
recently I
I'm
just
just telling
saw
you. I'm just
Dean
telling
with a picture of
you.
him eating
You,
I'm just
lunch.
telling you that.
you're,
I'm
are
just
you
telling you
the?
the news flash I just got.
Oh, you got a news flash. Oh,
I
okay.
got a news
Yeah,
flash.
from
You
And
sure?
who?
turkey
You
leg.
sure that news flash is not
Hey
from
Jill,
someone?
welcome in. How's it going?
Hi, Jill.
Anyways, so
Hey
welcome in
Jill.
Jason Thibodeau. Welcome in Dean the Turkey Leggster. And Dean,
Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me post this. Hold on.
you know a good news reporter cannot
Exactly,
start.
Dean. Thank you.
Wait.
Thank you.
No. A good reporter never resorts to sources. You know that. Anyways,
I
I'm
like
just
that
look,
comment.
guys. It's good to see y'all. I'm glad I can have fun. And
Yep.
again, welcome back.
Wonderful, Jill. Oh,
Yeah, if you can get
wonderful.
to
That's great.
Jill, if you can get with me over the weekend, we'll talk about that and we will set that for next Thursday on the
Okay.
icon because I really am looking forward to seeing the icon.
Mm.
I'm so looking forward to seeing the icon. Um, and talking with Jill because Jill will be a guest. We'll even bring back Nama D. She can keep Jill company. But
Yeah.
welcome in, guys. So so basically, guys, that's where the other channel sits. It's just in hiatus. Um, and believe me, I've thought about it long and hard, and obviously, I talked with Mike, who pretty much is one of my
Yes.
main people that are help with the ideas and
Mm-hmm.
doing this.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, so the big thing tonight is, guys, I didn't really have a specific subject. because obviously, this weekend I will also put the second part of the MSC Seashore. I will also put the second PowerPoint together for the Seashore this weekend as well. So that actually will be that'll actually be what is covering the next 2 weeks. Jill and the Icon will be 1 week, and then the MSC Seashore will be part 2, which will be the second week. Which by then, guess what, guys? That'll take us into December, I think, if I'm right. Mike, can you look at the date on that? If we
For
do,
what?
take a look at the date. If I do next week is
That would
be
be
the
the
14th.
14th.
That would be the 14th.
Correct.
The following week will be the 23rd.
21st.
Is it 20? Yeah, 21st.
And then the week after that is pretty much the Thanksgiving.
All right. Well, then we have 1 week. Then obviously we'll have 2 weeks separating between the time we do the second part of the MSC Seashore. And again, don't forget December 5th.
Mm-hmm.
December 5th, we have somebody from Celebrity coming on as a guest. So that again, it's time to ask the questions. If you don't know about that, if you do not know about that cruise line, this is the time to ask the questions about them. So what? What are you saying?
Check your IG. Debbie, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
What?
Like, seriously, check it. I sent you something.
Okay, he's not old, Sam. I know what he's talking about. Okay.
Yep, you got it.
Just make sure we're respectful, guys. Because this is a travel channel.
There's a one more time session.
Y'all know who I am, but in case I do get anybody new or anybody that's ninja watching, I do want to say, let me explain what this channel is about. For anybody that's new or this channel, I am David Cantrell. I am the ancient owner of the Cantrell Country Travel Way.
Mm-hmm.
I do help book, plan, and
get him
travel.
out. I'm not kidding. Get him out. I'm not playing this time.
Okay.
I'm not playing around.
Hold on. He had a birthday. I don't know if
I'm not playing this.
Mike, listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
He had a birthday. I don't know if he's talking about himself. Are you talking about yourself, Samuel?
Is it today?
If you're talking about me, I will stay out. I'm not kidding this.
No, he just had a birthday, so I don't know if he's talking about himself.
I'm not playing this game, guys. I'm not. I'm really not.
Okay. Just be respectful, Samuel, please. Yeah, let's not call anybody old man or anything like that. If he's asking not to, so let's be respectful. And we just lost Mike. Yes, let's please be respectful, and because if you don't, you'll have to be gone.
Yeah, we'll leave that for now. I think that'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, to talk to him because he really wasn't being.
Yeah.
I'll talk with you.
Yeah, leave it for now.
Yeah. Anyway, so as it is, guys, tonight's topic yes, this is about a travel place. This is a tension-free zone, guys. So, and my intentions is about travel. When I talk about travel is to be relaxing, peaceful, tranquility. This is what this channel is about. This is what we're all about. This is what traveling is all about. This is what taking cruises means, going to relax. And you see what I'm seeing now, Deb?
Yep.
I thought that's what I thought he was talking about, but Mike,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I got
I'll,
it. Yeah,
I'll have to explain to Mike later.
yeah, I got
But
it.
you see that, right?
No problem.
Yes. Cruises and travel are, yes. And the same thing with me, Jill. It is my happy. This is what this channel is all about. It is about traveling and having peace and tranquility. You know, whether you're going to the Disney parks or Universal or Cedar Point, or even if you're going to the Grand Canyon or to the Dakotas. Um, Traveling is about having peace, tranquility, relaxation, letting go of the stress and the tensions that. And then there's our monorail
Oh,
Molly.
my Jenny.
There's our good friend Jen.
How you doing,
I
Jen?
do hope she's feeling better. I do hope you're feeling better, Molly, because I know me, Tina, Debbie. I know we've been going through some rounds over here the last couple of weeks. 1 week I wasn't feeling good, but anyways. But the problem is, my topic tonight is deciding whether is it worth the value of going to a Disney park. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Molly.
Yay.
Yay, I'm good to hear that. So the topic for tonight is either we are traveling to either the Disney parks, or would you concentrate on going on a cruise? And when I'm saying cruise, I'm saying thank you for taking care of that, Jill. Jill's got it. She's taking care of it.
Okay.
So we can focus on the topic. So here's my question to you guys. Out of you guys, for all you guys that have been to the Disney parks, y'all know how expensive it quite is getting. And it legitimately and we know AP passes just went up again on prices. We know other prices have just gone up. And yet it's still I hate to say it. It really is to the thing. Would you rather go to the parks, or if you had to physically choose between either going to the parks or going to the cruise, what I want you guys to put in the channel or in the chat what you would actually consider doing. Which choice would you make and why?
This,
I mean,
this,
and obviously, Debbie, obviously, I know you're like me. You're like a millions of us all. That we live, you know, we pretty much live on what money we make. Whatever your in source of income is.
right.
But so you only got so much. You only got so much. I mean, you got so much money to pay for bills, so
Right.
much money for food, and then so much money to just use for, whatever. Takes more trips. Save up for trips, things like that. And obviously, for me, and I'm going to be honest, truthfully, this is why I've actually been pushing out more of the cruise lines than I have actually. And I still push out Disney, but I'm pushing more of the Disney cruise line than I am the Disney parks now. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't. If somebody came to me and said they wanted to book a Disney park, I would book it for them. No,
Right.
no hands down, I would. But I would ask them. It just depends on what their needs or desires or what their vacations or wants.
Right.
I mean, and what kind of excitement. But if you look at the prices at, and me and Mike were kind of talking about this prior to, and the bottom line was that we were talking about the parks. By the time you pay for, like, if you stay on the Disney property,
Right.
you pay for Disney tickets. You pay for, let's say you decide to do the lightning lane. You're
Yes.
almost paying, even between 2 to 4 people, you're going to pay $10,000 to $15,000. Where I can guarantee you, for a crew of for 4 people, you're going to pay between 6,000 to 8,000 on a cruise line, averagely. Now, when I'm saying averagely, I'm telling you, that would depend on how many days you're going, how many
Right.
days and nights, which cruise lines you choosing,
And
you
what
know,
level? Are there certain
and what,
levels?
and yeah, well, not so much levels. It based on what type of,
Packages. Yeah.
well, and not packages. I'm trying to staterooms. What type of staterooms you get
Oh,
make a
okay. I
big
got you.
difference. I was trying to think of the term staterooms. Exactly, Dean, and that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm thinking. If you look at the prices and what you're paying to go to the Disney parks today, and here's my thing, I still love the Disney parks, and I guarantee you I'll end up back at the Disney parks. But I know my goals for next year is to take 1 or 2 cruises. So, which means for me to do those cruises, I'm going to have to give up the Disney parks. Well, guess what? I'm willing to do that. If I can save up and do 2 cruises next year, and that, and I can guarantee you it'll cost me less for those 2 cruises than what it would be for. Well, okay, I can't use me, but look at Molly. Looking for somebody that has kids. You're averagely looking at a few $1,000s, and then look at what you're also paying for. You may be talking food packages, drink
Hold on.
packages.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, see, that's my goal for next year for me, Jill, is to do 2 cruise lines. One being the Icon, and another one. I'm actually now thinking of maybe doing one of the MSCs out of Port Canaveral. Because they do have some cruise lines that come out of Tampa too, from Carnival. So Carnival's not out of the way too. Which is, if you think about cruise lines and how much you would absolutely play, if you actually think about how much you actually pay, Carnival is one of the most reasonable, economical for families, even with kids, because they do have things for the kids to do on Carnival Cruise Lines, especially with the newer ships that are coming out and some of the fleet skin thing. Yeah, and I agree with that, Dean. Sometimes it's a better to experience um, a different cruise line other than Disney itself. Though eventually, I would recommend that sometime, if you love Disney as much as we do, I would recommend someday that you do to at least do one Disney cruise line as much to experience the Disney magic, because you will find out you'll get just as much Disney magic on the cruise line as you do in the park. Um, well, here's my thing: a shorter cruise, and you were talking about that, Jill. The guy that I was talking to with on the MSC tour, he said the exact same thing. For you guys that are for like Debbie and Dean, you guys being new, you guys have never been on a cruise line, or even Molly, you guys have all never been on a cruise lines. Okay, for you guys, see, I've done a cruise, so I know what cruises are like to a point. Jill has been on cruises, so she knows what cruises are like. So the bottom line would be for me would be for you guys to start with like a 4-night, 5-day. Hello, Julie Gerbil. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Julie.
Welcome to the. I don't think I've ever seen you in here, but welcome to the community. I am a agent and travel owner of the Cantrell Country Travel Way. I do help people book from domestic travel to cruise line travel to theme park travel to just about exotic travel. Welcome in, welcome in. Glad to see you. Hopefully, we'll see more of you, especially if you love traveling. This is what the show normally, Julie, is on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. You'll constantly, you will see Mama D, as we call her affectionately. Her name is Debbie. She's a part of our Disney community. I do come from a community that loves Disney, but we do love traveling. And this is what we're talking about tonight. And so for me, comes down to it. If you really had to think about it, Debbie, if you had to make one solid choice, would you seriously thinking and looking at the prices? Because I can guarantee you, even for, and again, you're talking about depending on what stateroom type of, you can get in an in-state room where you could get it for like $1,700, and that's including all your taxes, port fees, things like that. To where Disney, you look at what everything else you have to pay separately. Your resort fee. Let's just say you were staying at a resort, even if it's, like the All Stars, then you got your food, then you got your drinks. Okay, Jill, good to see you. I'm glad you were able to pop in for a while.
Right. Have a good rest of your day.
So,
Your evening, Jill.
And then you got your park tickets, whether they're park hoppers or whether they're just 1-day tickets for each park. Then you've got every other thing else, and that's not included. You got your lightning lanes if you decide to do the lightning lanes. That adds up, and even for one person, that adds up to. If you add that up, even for just one person, you're just about there paying for what you're paying for all there. You're paying for one cruise, where on the cruise line, all your food is pretty much paid for, except for the specialty restaurants. Your drinks are paid for unless you get the specialty drink packages that are up and above.
So that's what I was thinking about, all that.
And which is, yes, it's a little bit more a little bit more money, but in the long run, you're still obviously what you're getting on a cruise compared to what you're getting going to
the parks. Yeah.
Parks, and I don't care if it's Universal. It could even be Universal compared to what you're getting to the parks. To me, you value more points to the cruise.
Because what I was thinking is that with Disney, you have to do the parks, and then you have to do the hotel, whether you're staying on and off the property. So you have to do both separately. When you do the cruise, what I was thinking is that it's all inclusive. Correct?
Except for the couple of things that I mentioned. Except for the specialty. Like I said, you got.
If you're doing the basics, it's all inclusive. You don't have to worry about doing separate things because it's all in one price.
Right. And you don't have to worry about paying separately. And here's the thing, think about the entertainment.
And transportation.
Right. Like the parties and all the cruise lines have certain parties on decks.
Right.
All those parties are free. With the parks, like Disney, you have to pay for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, or the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. Those are extra charges that you're talking another $150, $180 a person.
Plus, you don't have to worry about transportation.
Exactly. So obviously, so those are the things that I'm talking. Those are what I'm looking at. So I mean, obviously, hopefully you guys are seeing the point value between going to the parks. And I will say this though, I'm not taking away from the parks because you still get the magic, you still get to see custom, especially Disney parks. You still get the C.omes that care about the patrons and the people in the parks. And once in a while you run into, and even I've run into one or two C.omes that I'm like, where'd they find you, out of a bucket?
Right.
Because the attitudes were so bad.
Well, everybody has their days, so you get
Right.
that, yeah.
Right. And it could be just a bad day that day, or it could be that I don't know how he got that position, but somehow he did. Whether it's an everyday attitude or whether it's just a bad day for that day. But obviously, you still get the park things, you still get the magic. But now here's the one thing, and we've all seen special views of the fireworks from the parks. Most
Right.
of us have. That have been to the parks, most of us have. Bottom line is that with those kind of views, if you look, and I wish Joe didn't have to leave, but I understand that she did. She will tell you the views that you get off of a cruise line, looking over the blue ocean, whether you're in the Pacific or the Atlantic, depending on maybe you're taking a cruise to Hawaii, or maybe you're taking a cruise to the Western Caribbeans, or maybe you're taking a cruise up to the Alaska. The views that you get from I hate to say this, again, as much as beautiful stuff that you see at the parks, and the only other type of views that you would get that would compare to this would be if you were to stand in mountain ranges and look over the views,
Right.
and get those views, is the views that you see over the water that looks like an endless painting where the sky meets the ocean,
Right. Well,
but it does not. It doesn't end. It just like an infinity view.
Well, you get the beautiful sunrise. You get the beautiful sunrise and sunsets that you don't get.
Well, and you get to see the beautiful moon
right,
on star and the stars if it's a clear night. So I mean, you're getting views that you would not get on dry land.
Right.
Because I can tell you, most of the nights that we were gone, I didn't go to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I was up by 8 o'clock and rolling again around the ship. That goes again with us 24. It goes with us 24/7 pizza people. We love our pizza 24/7. But so. And that's the thing. So, and guys, again, if you have any questions, please feel free reach out to me. Put them in the chats. If you're looking to book, again, guys, don't think. In fact, I'm going to do this. And feel free to add anything, Debbie, if you feel like it. If you got anything you want to add, you know that, right?
Right. Yeah.
But
yeah, this is something that I did think about. Is
you're probably like me. You're still probably.
Huh?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll be back in about a minute, and we're going to take a short commercial break.
Whether it's a luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travel Way. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From memories and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cashbell is here to guide your ride. It's Cashbell Country Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
All right. So yes, and you guys can always go back to that section of. I haven't figured out how to figure the timing net frames on this thing to add it to the description boxes, but you can always go back to 30 minutes into the stream and see that commercial if you need my contact info. But I think Jonathan is also putting them in the travel thing, which is good.
Okay, good. All right,
Thank you,
perfect. All
Jonathan,
right,
for
good.
doing that.
Thank you, Jonathan.
So, I mean, obviously, so to me, and you guys all know where I've come from over the last several months. Obviously, you know, I still have the love for Disney. But as I've gotten involved and talked with more of these and done some of these cruise lines, and the fact that I've been able to do cruise lines and bring cruise guest lines on our Thursday show, which I don't know if is it Julie or I don't know if Julie is still here, but we do a cruise line show on Thursday nights where we specifically talk about the different cruise lines. And from time to time, we bring in the cruise line representatives from cruise lines to do. So if you love cruising, that's a good time to come in and definitely talk and listen on Thursday nights when we talk about cruise lines. Now, this Thursday, I'm going to have Jill as my guest, and we're going to be talking about the Icon, which now is the largest ship in the world. And it is a behemoth. And she just got back a few weeks ago from being on the Icon, and we will get to see some pictures and put a slideshow together. So, yes. But I definitely encourage you guys that if you're looking to travel or you need some travel help or you need I can help you with planning a trip, or if you got a trip that you already have planned out and you just need help making the reservations, my job is here to help you make the most magical and most economical trips that I can make for you guys. And I will work hard for you, because I can tell you one thing, I will say that, and it is legal, but a lot of travel agencies usually there's a small fee within their things to be besides the commission. I work straight up on commission. I only get paid things. So, I'm going to tell you, I only work up on straight up commissions. So I'm telling you, if you definitely are looking to travel, reach out to me. So anyway, so again, if you had to ask questions, Debbie, what were some of the things, and you had to seriously think about between the parks and the thing, what would be some of the things that you would ask yourself in making that the decision?
Well, like I said before, I like the fact that with the cruises, you just set up one thing. It's all inclusive. I mean, you don't have to worry about a hotel because you're already sleeping on the ship. You don't really have to worry about what restaurants. Well, I mean, the basic restaurants you have access to, right? You don't have to. You don't have to make food reservations. You could just go to the dining room and eat. Or do you have to make reservations?
No, dining. Usually there are main dining halls that you have, But then you've got during the day, you've got a lot of like you may have like on Carnival, you'll have a buffet area where you can go get through there throughout the day, and you'll even have smaller things around certain pool areas where you can get things. But then, and again, now like I said, there's certain things that cost a nominal fee, you know, but then you got the specialty restaurants. Now the specialty restaurants, you generally do have to make reservations, and there
Okay.
is a nominal fee, but that's because those are specialty restaurants that you're
Right.
wanting to, you know, instead of doing your normal dining thing, say like if I wanted to go to, let's say I wanted to go to a sushi type restaurant, but it takes a reservation on ship instead of my normal dining, I would have to make sure I made
Yeah.
once I got on board ship.
Okay.
And now, see, here's the thing: these reservations can be made once you get on board. You can
Well, I
make
was
them.
going to say, I was going to ask that. Do you have to do that beforehand, or can you do it? Like,
You
say you
can,
decide you want to do a specialty like the following day or that night or
you
something like
can,
that.
you can, but my recommendation is that you go to once you get on board, go to the concierge desk
Okay.
and make the reservations then for those restaurants. But yes, some cruise lines do. And the thing is, here's the thing about the cruise lines. Just like the Disney parks have their apps,
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the apps.
all the cruise lines have, you know, they have their apps, and some of them allow you to make those reservations through the apps.
Okay.
Now, some of them won't let you make the reservations until you actually get on board, until you embark on the ship, mind you. Some may, but not all. Some actually require you to wait till you embark on the ship. Um, but yes, that's the big difference is that a lot of that stuff that you actually have to worry about at the park, you don't have to worry about on the cruise line.
Okay. I got that. Yeah, because I was wondering about that too. It's like, because I know with the Disney, if you want certain packages, you have to do all that in advance. You can't really do it that day, right? In Disney,
Nope, most of the packages that you
because you
do,
have to do pre before you even get there.
yeah, I mean most of the restaurants at the Disney parks that need reservations, they tell you to do 60 days out before you travel
Right.
to the
Okay.
park.
So, all right. So, how about the variety of? I know there's a variety of foods, but of the specialty restaurants, are there a variety of specialty restaurants like where in Disney, if you want to have Italian, if you want what, there's also the different specialty ones. Do they have that on the cruise too? How many
What do
variety
you
of
mean? Okay, what do you mean by variety? Or what do you
like
mean
say
by
if you want
specialty?
Italian, you want a special, you want a
Yes.
good
Oh yeah.
Italian,
Yeah. Oh
or
yeah.
you
Yeah.
want
Oh yeah.
Chinese, or you
Now,
want French. Do they have those kind of specialty restaurants
yes.
just exclusive to that ethnic or culture type of foods?
Yeah. A lot of that depends on where the ship is and where you're cruising to. Like if you're
Okay.
cruising in the Mediterranean, a lot of your specialty restaurants is going to fall into those different ports that they're
Okay.
going to stop.
Okay.
So the specialty restaurants are going to fall into that. See you next Tuesday, Julie.
Okay.
Well, thank you for coming in. I hope. Hey, please hit the subscribe button if you and the bell notification
Yes.
if you're
Yes.
new to my channel.
Welcome to the family,
And
Julie.
welcome to the family, please, so that you know. And if you're looking to travel, please reach out to me. You know where to get the information. But yeah, so it depends.
Okay.
Like now, like if you're traveling to the
The
West
Caribbean.
Caribbean, if you're
Right.
talking to the Western Caribbean, you're going to have specialty restaurants that are going to fit to the different Caribbean island
So it depends
food.
on the type of cruise that you're going on. If it's a Caribbean, if it's
It
Mediterranean, that's
can.
when what the type of restaurant determines
It-
what type of restaurants that they have on those cruises.
Some of the
Got it.
cruise lines, yes. Some
Got
of the
it,
cruise
got it.
lines, yes. Some of
Okay.
them. I mean, like like Carnival, I can guarantee you'll have your specific. You're going to have your buffet area.
Right.
You're going to have your. I mean, because and I'm using Carnival because theirs is more of their specific. I know Royal Caribbean has its specific restaurants that they use that are normal restaurants. Carnival has its big, like Shaq's Big Chicken. That's a normal restaurant that's free that you can get on Carnival.
Okay.
Guy Ferrari's hamburger restaurant. That's usually on a Carnival ship. That is free. Usually there's like a sushi type of Japanese where you can get rolls, things like that on a
Okay.
Carnival ship. And that some of that may have changed by now as the ships have gotten bigger and have changed. But obviously that's big things. But yes, most of where you're getting the extra charges is if you're doing the insurance, which I always tell you, if you're going on a cruise, make sure you get the travel insurance. If you do, in fact, I had to look into that because I was going to do. I have to see if I can. I actually was going to try to get certified in doing travel insurance myself personally through a company. That way I can help you all guys in one thing, or you can get it directly through the cruise line itself too. But so yeah, it just depends on the cruise lines. But they all have their normal specific specialty restaurants, and a lot of that gears to on the cuisine and kind of what area you're traveling in. Like if you're in Alaska, or like we said, if you're in the Caribbean, or if you're in the Mediterranean. So, but I can guarantee you this: you'll still be able to get, like, if you're like me, that's extremely picky and loves my American food. Most of the time, you'll still be able to get your American food, even if you're on one of those type of ships.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
got it.
I can guarantee you, if you go hungry on a cruise line, here's the thing: with Disney, you can actually get hungry because things cost so much. You may not buy as much food in the parks. With the cruise line, with it all being free, most of it being free, or I shouldn't say free. That it's
Well,
more
so
of this
part of your
included.
package.
Right, it's included in what you pay for the cruise.
Right.
If you go hungry, just on the stuff that is included on your cruise line package, then that's on you, because there's so much food that you can get that is free. Okay, Jonathan,
Okay.
we're gonna be wrapping up pretty soon anyway. So
Yeah. Because I was, and then I was like thinking also, because like I'm going to be going to Disney in December because of certain health issues and stuff like that. I have to get a wheelchair or a scooter or something that's going to help me do that. Now, how do they are handicap accessible if you need to get a wheelchair or a scooter or I mean, I don't know if you need a scooter, but a
you
wheelchair.
would be
How
okay.
that works out for people with disabilities.
With that, it's the people's responsibilities to get that prior to the cruise lines. But if you talk with the cruise lines, they can probably, or if you go someone through like me, I can talk with the cruise lines and we can work on. They could probably recommend people. Now, because let's see. Now I know the park hopper chopper or park chopper hoppers.
Park hopper. Yeah.
Choppers. I don't know if they do cruise lines.
Oh,
I would think they might. I don't know. They may only focus on the Disney parks.
I honestly don't know.
But I can guarantee you, that this is stuff that you need to let your agent know, so that when the agent talks with the cruise lines, they can say, "Look, I've got a family that this, but they've got a disability. They need either they you got people that you can recommend getting wheelchairs from or scooters, because and they may be able to, they may not be able to. I can't say they can or not. But then, as an agent, I would say, okay, you would need to really take a look around where they could probably recommend people that are around the area of the ports that can say they can deliver that stuff to the ship. Maybe. That's a good question. I actually need to reach out to somebody, and that's a good question, Debbie.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that question, to be honestly, coming from a disability point of stand, but I'm going to reach out to one of the people I've talked to on the cruise lines and ask them about that. So let me reach into that, and I'll find out for you.
All right. Thank you.
See, there's your question. So see, that gives me. I'll reach out to one of my past agents and see if they can answer that for me.
Good. Yeah.
Because normally that might be something that the informational desk that they have numbers that usually can help with that type of stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's the way it would go, that they would be able to say, we've got a listing of people that are around the ports that can help get that stuff to the ship. But I'm not positive. So I will ask that question.
Okay, good.
I'll either reach out to Carnival, I'll either reach out to Dave or Kelly, the one that did the either Royal Caribbean or Carnival, and I'll see if they can answer that question for me. So I'll have that answer for you next Tuesday.
All right, no problem.
And of course, you're more than welcome to come on Tuesday night show too. We'll be back to normal. We'll have to finish up on, I think we were working Orlando when I got sick that first weekend.
Yeah.
And then I ended up with kidney stones this last week. Last week I was sick, and I wonder if it was attached. I'm betting that was attached, probably an early signal of me getting ready to become sick, because I didn't feel good that weekend.
Unfortunately, when it happened, it just happened.
Yep, exactly. But I'll reach out to them. So, so basically, honestly, and because I think on the next show, guys, on the Dave's Oasis vacation. Ooh, I think I twist that around. I think it's supposed to be Dave's vacation Oasis. Boy, I must have been half slept today, creating a stream yard, because I got to go in and do another stream this evening for something else, but which everybody out. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing that don't touch this community, but yeah, we'll continue on. We'll finish up on Orlando next week. Sure. I'm going to start going through the smaller towns again and pick up some other things too that I'm going to do some smaller training on. And as soon as I can finish some of these cruise lines, because I've got some that I've still got to finish. So.
Okay.
All right. Okay, guys. We went about 50 minutes. I think. Hope y'all had a good time. Hopefully it's been informative. Hopefully we got somebody new to the community. That was good to see. I don't think I ever saw Julie. I don't ever remember seeing Julie in here. And it was nice having her in here.
It was nice. It was a pleasure.
Yes. So with that, guys, Julie Gerber.
David, you got 50 cents.
Not on me. What's up? Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Oh. You got what? You got 50.
So does anybody have any plans? Any special plans for this weekend?
Sorry, guys. Had cousin was calling me. So, anyways, guys, have a great night. And good to see y'all. And we'll see. Remember, see you next Tuesday. And don't forget, next Thursday, we'll have our special guest Jill on here, and we'll hear about her exciting trip on the Icon.
Wonderful.
Oh, cool, Dave. Car shows. I love car shows. Ain't nothing better than looking at some of those
Great, Dave.
old. It's nothing better than to go to some of these old car shows and look at some of the old jalopies.
I know. I love the old cars. Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, have a real good night, and we'll have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.